You may have noticed that a Wednesday came and went without a video coming out. I fell off just for a week, but in that week I felt guilt, shame, disappointment. I feel a sense of responsibility to be putting out content every week. Not because I owe it to y'all, but because I owe it to me. It's been a goal of mine for a long time now to actually be able to put out content consistently every week. And I was doing that for maybe a month. What y'all probably didn't know is making it a little bit difficult for me to show up and to hit record and to create engaging content. I'll let you into my life a little bit here and just let you know what's going on. I'm a recovering addict from weed. I had previously got 9 months of sobriety under my belt. After that 9 months, for whatever reason, I was like, okay, I'll just celebrate being sober by getting high. And then I started smoking again, routinely and aggressively, just as I had before. I started smoking again probably about 9 months ago to the day. As I'm starting to put out consistent content, I'm realizing that something's holding me back, not from creating content or being consistent, but from creating the highest quality content that I can. Obviously, I have the tools. Obviously, I have like a decent camera situation, decent audio situation, but my mental situation has not been where I need it to be. I have not been functioning anywhere near the capacity that I know I'm able to function at. And that led me to deciding once again that it's time to put down the weed, get back on the horse, and be consistent. I've been consistent, but I've consistently been in a haze, in a daze, and halfway to a craze. And the only thing that stops me is when I go and hit that blaze. And that's not okay with me. It doesn't feel good to rely on a substance to make me feel creative, to make me feel social, to make me feel able to regulate my emotions. That's not okay with me. Please don't take this as like a anti-weed. No, this is just me having a very critical analysis of my own experience. I just reached a breaking point. And it wasn't just with where my mind was at because of the weed. It's things going on in my relationship space, things going on in my workspace, things going on in my friend groups, even with my content and trying to manage things and figure out what's my style and what's my promo schedule stuff. Trying to figure all that out at the same time. Stress is stacking and stacking.
Cases on cases on cases on cases on cases on cases on cases.
And on top of that, I'm medicating, numbing myself just so that I can show up and make this video. All that aside, I really didn't want to just talk about my addiction. I wanted to celebrate the fact that I am back on the horse. I'm back in that sober life. It's been 5 days since I last smoked weed. You may be able to tell my energy is a little bit higher. My eyes are a little bit brighter, a little bit less lazy eye happening. That's one of my least favorite things in the world. But aside from the addiction talk, I do want to address last week and why a video didn't come out, because it was a very specific combination of things that I would like to speak about.
Yeah, tell it to the judge.
Going into Black History Month, the shortest month of the year, and the city I live in, Portland, Oregon, is very fake. We love to say Black Lives Matter. We love to say buy black. We love to say support black art, but typically that only really happens in February. So things of that nature just start to bubble up, get under my skin, and just irk me. There was a situation at work where me and the one other black staff were tasked to come up with a Black History Jeopardy game. A lot of stress came with that, a lot of pressure came with that, a lot of anxiety came with that, all just based off of the responsibility that I feel to show up for people who look like me and who look like us. And I was carrying that weight with me into the weekend. And that weekend I decided I was going to record a Black History Month themed episode of Malik Makes Beats so that I could engage in the blackness of that month in my own space, in my own time, in my own way. What's poppin', people? My name is Malik Rayshon. I'm newly single. And welcome to another black-ass episode of Malik Makes Motherfucking Beats!
1 hour later.
I started recording the video and I just felt like the whole time trying to record it. Another piece of significance with this video that I wanted to shoot was that it was going to be my first time recording in almost a year without having smoked. And I think at this point it had been like one day, like less than a full day since the last time I had smoked.
I don't need it.
I was in a constant space of dysregulation and it was affecting the way that I was showing up in the video. I was being less patient with myself. I was getting distracted every 10 seconds, and not in a good way. Like, I like getting distracted. It typically makes for more engaging content and I can throw references in there and stuff like that. But I wasn't here and I wasn't ready to actually make a video at all. I tried to power through. I pressed record. I came up with the sample and it just wasn't hitting. It really just wasn't hitting.
Up, beautiful jump shot. Looks like it may have just enough to go way into the cypresses.
There was so much that I wanted to do for that video in terms of making it feel I wanted to sample James Brown, freaking Kenya Barris. I wanted to really take it all the way there. Because that was also my first day without smoking, it was so much pressure and so much stress that I just cracked. I just stopped the recording and I quit. I gave up on my content for that whole week until now. And that's not fair. It's not that it's unfair to you all. It's unfair to me and my desires for this channel, for my content, for my brand that I'm building. My desire isn't to just not show up because I don't feel good. I've made a video saying this before. My desire is to show up consistently, especially when I don't feel good, because that's when it's the most important for me to be in this space, for me to be productive and for me to be working towards something rather than running away from something like I've been doing.
I went all last week without really posting anything, so maybe I just make that episode and I post it next week, which is this week, which is today.
But I didn't want to do that. I felt like that would be fake.
You're a big fat phony!
The last thing I want to do with this series is try to re-record an episode. I just feel like it's disingenuous. The inspiration for me isn't going to be there anymore at that point. So I canned the video. It's not going to come out. There's not going to be a Black History episode of Malik Makes Beats. Instead, I just want to give you this very candid, open sort of conversation about where I've been at with my addiction, where I've been at with my content, where I've been at mentally and emotionally. Because really that is 100% what is going to dictate how I show up in this space, if I can even show up in this space.
If is good.
So here is this video of me talking about why I didn't make a video. I gotta be honest with you, a part of me feels almost just as inauthentic by making this video, paying for promotion for this video, just for me to talk about being late on my content and being an overwhelmed Black person. But like, this is my space, this is my content, this is my brand. It's weird to say that. And I'm here to be honest. A lot of times I want to spend my time making beats. A lot of times I want to spend my time reviewing a show. Today, I just want to be honest and tell you where I'm at. My name is Malik Rayshon. I'm addicted to weed, and thank you for tuning in to another life update. Please make sure to like this video.
You serious?
Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck off.